Hello YouTubers, and welcome to my first video about how to fix a gun cabinet, a modest gun cabinet into your house. Now there's several things I want to say before I go into this. The first is that I'm not an expert DIYer. I don't particularly have any necessary advanced skills, but this is not a difficult job. I've looked on YouTube. There's some good information out there. Lots of information about gun safes, but not a huge amount of information about how to fix one to a wall and how to do it in the right way. So this is my effort. Hopefully somebody will find this useful. Now, a couple of things to say about gun safes first. Don't kid yourself if you think for 1 minute this is going to stop a serious burglar. The purpose of a gun safe is not really to protect your guns from burglary, because the bottom line is, even the most expensive gun safes, any determined thief is going to get in it within a matter of minutes. The thing you need to do is recognise that what this does is, firstly, it avoids stupid accidents. If you've got kids, you can't be at home all the time, you can't keep an eye on them, you hear about the accidents happening in America, stuff like that, and you don't want to be having anything like that happen in your home. You need to protect your wife, your children, and make sure they're safe, and you need to have a responsibility to keep this thing out of the reach of small people or friends of your kids or anything like that when you're not here, because you don't want that accident to happen. So the first reason we're having a gun safe is for safety. Keep the gun out of reach of people who shouldn't be playing with it. Of course, any casual burglar coming into your house, if your gun's just laying around, they're going to take it. This is going to hold them up for probably long enough to not make it worthwhile. So there's several things you can do to make this a useful exercise. The way you fix it to the wall is obviously important, or to the floor, depending on which type of fixings and gun case you bought. A gun cabinet you bought. But more importantly, where you locate it and how easy it is to access. Because in order to get the door off these things, I don't know if you can see here, this one is a really modest cabinet. It cost me 70 quid off Amazon, a little bit extra to deliver it. It's apparently a 3-gun cabinet, but I want to tell you now that there's no way that you're going to get easily 3 shotguns in there, and anything with a scope, just forget it. But I've only got 1 shotgun, so I'm happy with that. There's enough room. This thing apparently has a crowbar proof door. The reason is that one of the most important things in terms of door protection is the gap, or the accessibility between the edges. Now I just close this one up. You can probably see there's a very small gap along both edges, but there's certainly enough to get a screwdriver or the edge of a crowbar into that, and once you get a bit of leverage on it, they're going to get it open. These locks will pop in no time. There's 2 double locks here. This comes with a key system. I can just show you now. 1 second. It's not easy with one hand. Okay, you can see these are 2 separate individual locks controlled by an individual key, which when you turn the key, you get essentially the 2 lugs come out of the lock and lock behind this rod edge here. The steel's not thick. Any kind of steel cutter, angle grinder will make mincemeat of this. So the idea is to slow people down, not make it easy for them. But at the end of the day, a determined burglar will be able to remove this from the wall and run off with your gun. So just be realistic about your expectations. One of the most important things is going to be, as I said, where you put it. Now, I'm not going to say where this is, obviously, but suffice to say that this is not an obvious place in my house, and if a burglar makes it to this part of the house, he's had all day, basically, and probably deserves to take it. So this for me is the best place. Really important, you need to fix it to something solid, either a concrete floor, concrete wall, solid block. You can fix it to plasterboard using correct anchor fixings. I wouldn't personally want to, because with the edge of a of a crowbar, you can literally just smash the wall out and walk off with the whole safe and the fixings and piece of plasterboard still attached to it. So I've chosen, as you can see here, a stone wall. This actually is very solid. This gun safe came with these fixings, which are, to be honest with you, an absolute waste of time. That might be fine if you just want to casually stick it to some wood joists or something like that, or some studs. But I'm going to be using this type of fixing here, which is an anchor bolt, wedge bolt type fixing, specifically for block or concrete brick. Several of these will be going in, and once these are in, you don't get it off easily. The second thing is leverage. This door, in order to get it open, you need to get a crowbar into that edge there, into here, or in there. It's probably going to be in here, so you can bend up this edge. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that show you exactly what a couple of experienced guys can do to one of these things in no time. I'm not going to cover that here because that would be unnecessary. So I'm going to come back in a minute and I'll talk to you about how we're going to do this, how we're going to fix it, and we'll see what happens. Okay.